Just talking to someone last week said they really enjoy learning things from you, Loren, because there's some things that people might not know the details about, and we give them a little insight on those. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing really well, Lou. Thank you. How are you doing today?
We're great, getting ready for the weekend and getting ready to talk about some rules of thumb that we have been visiting here for the past couple of times. And today we're talking about one that people may have heard of before, the 80% rule. Explain what this is all about.
Yeah, the 80% rule is essentially take a look at the pre-retirement income that you are receiving, and take 80% of that income, and that's how much you're going to need to live on in retirement. So as a quick example, if you make $100,000 a year pre-retirement, that means you'll need $80,000 a year to maintain that same lifestyle once you do retire.
All right, now this is not getting a paycheck for $80,000. Is it every month, or is this what we're talking about?
No, that's not getting a paycheck every month for $80,000. That's an annual income, and it comes from all sources. So it could be an income coming from Social Security, a combination of pension income, maybe a combination of investment income. Essentially, one of the hardest things for people to determine is how much is their lifestyle going to cost them once they do retire. And then to go along with that is, where is that income going to come from? And it's going to be dependent largely upon what kind of resources you have. Almost everybody has Social Security, but almost nobody understands the power within Social Security and the 81 different options that you can choose from as far as how to maximize it. And if you can maximize your Social Security income, get more out of it, that means you don't have to take as much out of your investable assets, and you can preserve those investable assets, or it means you can actually have a bigger income than if you did not maximize your Social Security. So it's a matter of how much income do you need? How much can you afford to spend when you retire, not have to worry about running out of money? And then what's the best combination of income sources based on everything you have available?
Now, Laura, we've been talking about this every time we visit about these rules. Is this 80% rule, is this a good rule, or is this something that needs to be tweaked a little bit?
Like any of these general rules of thumb, they can be good if you're just trying to put something together that may work. But we try to avoid staying away from them. And this is why I'm such a big advocate of creating your customized retirement plan, because your life is different than anybody else's. Your goals are a little bit different than anybody else's. And where you're going to be able to deliver this income is probably different than anybody else's as well. So for something as important as the rest of your life, and maintaining your lifestyle for the rest of your life, you might as well have a plan that is going to be custom to you. So try to avoid these general rules, because they don't work for everybody and they may not work for you. But your plan, your custom plan, can work the best for you.
Okay, let's talk about these various sources of income. You said that the Social Security, is that the majority of what your bulk of your income would come from, would be the Social Security?
Social Security represents anywhere between 25 to 35% of most retirees' income. So it is an important part of retirement income, but you're generally going to deliver most of your income from another source. However, if you add up the monthly benefits that you could receive from your Social Security income and project that out over the course of your projected retirement, it's probably going to add up to be somewhere around $750,000 of total lifetime income. So it's not something to be ignored. And what I talk about a lot of times is, I don't care how much your investable assets are worth. If you have $500,000 or you have $5 million, that Social Security income is going to be a big deal to you. So you have to take it serious, really investigate all the different options of what is most meaningful to you. And then not only can you deliver the highest income from Social Security for you, but you feel really confident about the decision you make as well.
So your income retirement is a lot more than just the Social Security. But you mentioned there's over 80 different options on this. What kind of difference is there if you picked option 1 as opposed to option 50, for example, in some of the incomes?
Some people think that their Social Security income increases every year if they delay receipt of it. But in actuality, your Social Security income increases every single month that you delay receipt of it. So if you're single, you have less options than if you're married. If you were married and now you're single due to death of spouse or divorce, you may have a lot more options than if you were just single and never been married. And so the 81 different options comes into play when we look at all the monthly options that people have, survivorship options, ex-spouse options, current spousal options. All of these what ifs come into your decision as far as what can you do with Social Security, which is why it's so important to take a look at all the options, make sure you're making the best decision.
All right, sounds like people just need to sit down and have a conversation with you. What's the easiest way to do so, Loren?
It's very simple. All you have to do is go to merkleplan.com. You can sign up for a complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call. All you have to do is click on the link that takes you directly to our retirement planner's calendar, and you can set up a time that is convenient for you.
All right, Loren, you have yourself a great weekend, and we'll chat again on Monday. How does that sound?
Thanks, Lou. Sounds great. Have a great weekend.